Hey guys, it's Kelsey Shackley, and I was just going to talk to you a little bit today about getting new coaches and what to do first. So maybe you have your first coach, now what? I know it can be very nerve-wracking in the very beginning because you feel like, okay, now you're a leader and you have no idea where to start or what to do. So I'm going to walk you through those steps today, okay? So the first thing that you'll want to do once they sign up is you're going to want to email them or message them on Facebook because that's most likely how you've been communicating. And you're going to want to ask them what email address they prefer for you to send all of the Beachbody information, especially their welcome email that you're wanting to send them. So when they reply with an email address, and at that point, then you're going to want to send them the welcome email. So in that welcome email, it walks them through basic things like their coach website, how to be in Platinum Presenters, when the National Wake Up Call is, just some of the basic things in that email. And then also, you're going to want to set up a 30 to 60 minute call with them, and it's going to be a getting started right call. And you'll want to do that preferably within the first week of them signing up, but 2 weeks max. And so that would be the next step from there. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what should be in your getting started right call and what you should talk about. Now you can expand if you would like or modify this, but this is just kind of the rundown of what I think a good getting started right call includes. So you're going to first, when you get on the call with them, you're going to want to welcome them and be excited that they've joined your team and that you can't wait for them to get going and reach their goals. So just really welcome them and be very excited about it because this is exciting for them. And then you're going to want to take a look at the About Me form. So before you do your Getting Started Right call, you're going to want to make sure you have that About Me form back and in your hands, and you're going to want to look over it. I highlight things a lot of the time of things, ooh, this makes them a great coach. Like, oh my gosh, I need to talk to him about this. Like, this is awesome. So I will go through and highlight all of that information on there. So in the second part of the Getting Started Right call, I will discuss why I think they would be a great coach. Maybe they've been doing Turbo Fire and they've lost 20 pounds using it. That's a great reason that they're going to rock it in the coaching business. Or maybe they're drinking Shakeology and now they're off cholesterol medication. Or maybe maybe it's not even to them it's not even that great, but that can relate to other people, even if it's something so simple as they're feeling more energy, that they can get up and get throughout the day without having to take a nap. That's huge. Sometimes people, when it's yourself, you don't think, oh, that's that big of a deal. But in reality, other people can relate to that and they want that too. So make sure you point those things out to them. The other thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to really dig deep into their why. Why did they want to become a coach? Is it because they wanted the great discounts? Because they're in love with Shakeology and they really just want the discount on it, and that's fine. That's totally fine. But you need to dig deep into why they're wanting to sign up. Now, if they say, "Oh, I'd love to make this a full-time thing," well, why? Why? Like, what is the deeper reason? Is it because they have kids and a family that they want to be more involved with and they don't want to have to take their kids to daycare? Or is it the simple thing, they're a stay-home mom and they just want to feel like they can provide a little bit for their family by being able to get groceries with their Beachbody money? So dig deep, a little bit deeper as to why they signed up as a coach. That would be another part that I would touch base on in their Getting Started Right call. The next part that I would like you guys to talk about is share your story. Because a lot of times people don't know why you got into the coaching business. They didn't understand exactly what made you want to become a coach. And so I always talk about why I became a Beachbody coach, my perceptions of the business when I came in, and how I feel about the business now, because that has changed for me, and I'm sure it has for a lot of you. So I think just discussing that with people can feel like, oh, she's real, she's relatable, and they get that. So I would definitely share your story. An example of how I would go into this would be something like, this is why I got into the business. And it's important for me to share this with you because I feel like you might be able to understand and relate to it somehow. and then go on into your story. So something similar to that would be great, but I do think sharing your story is huge. The next thing that I think is so huge is to share other people's success stories in this business, because that alone can just really inspire people and get them excited about this business. So I usually share 2 or 3 stories of other successful coaches, their story of, how they got into the business, where they are with it now, and how it inspires me. And I usually pick 2 or 3 stories on specifically how I think it could relate to them. So if they've had they're a person that was really struggling with depression, I would definitely tell Birgitta Linford's story. So that kind of thing. And the more you're in the business, the more you're going to be able to pick up on people's stories. But I've listed a few here in the document and their YouTube clips, so you can definitely look at their stories. But that is definitely something, and I always have them follow them on Facebook and Instagram, and it's not for comparison, but really just for an inspiration on post ideas, or just to keep them motivated themselves. The next thing I talk about in the Getting Started Right call is I just reiterate that this business is not sales driven. It's not sales driven. Yes, we make sales, and if you make a sale, great. But it's really more about relationships and connecting with people, because when you connect with people and they like you, they're going to want to sign up with you, and they're going to want to buy from you. Because if you think about it, there are other Beachbody coaches. This person could buy from anybody, but why are they going to pick you? So you have to be relatable, and you have to connect with people. This is where the foundation of the business is. So be real, be you, and just connect with people, and they're going to want to join you. I promise. So I always reiterate that in the Getting Started Right call, that, if they don't make a sale in the beginning, don't let that determine whether they're going to be successful in this business, because this business does have a 60 to 90 day delay. So the things that you're doing now affect you in 2 to 3 months from now. So if you weren't, big into fitness before, or didn't really post about it, it's going to take a little bit longer. So just remember that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is what drives this business financially, and it's not sales. Sales are great, once again, if you make a sale, great. But really what drives this business is team bonuses. And so what you really want to do is build a strong foundational team of like-minded people who want to inspire others into fitness. And it's a win-win here, because you're getting fit while you're helping other people get fit. So it's really just a win-win, and you're just building a team of like-minded people, and the bigger your team is, the more bonuses you're going to have, and the bigger the paycheck. So it really just, your income definitely affects the amount of people that you're helping and changing lives. So just keep that in mind. And then I've also attached a video here on team bonuses in the document that I'm going to send. So I don't usually go into a whole lot of detail in the Getting Started Right call on how you make a team bonus, unless they ask a lot of questions, because it can be kind of confusing. But you can always send them a link to a video to help explain it too. So then the next thing, I always ask if they have any questions from here on out, that they're always welcome to come to me. I also tell them ways of being able to get their questions answered. For instance, in the back office at the very bottom, there's that FAQ. So just some frequently asked questions that coaches have, as well as you can click on the contact us and you can chat live with Coach Relations. There's also their phone number, and you can also email them. So that there's multiple ways of getting your answers, their questions answered, as well as coming to you or the team group. Okay? So I always tell them that. Then the next thing I do in my Getting Started Right call is I talk about where to discuss, that they're going to discuss a follow-up call. And so I always schedule the follow-up call in the Getting Started Right call. If you don't do it, it doesn't happen. People get busy and they reschedule. So it's definitely important for them to get out their calendar, look into a week to 2 weeks from then, and set up that follow-up call. Very important. And then you're going to tell them and you're going to send them a follow-up email. And in the email, there's going to be 2 documents. The first is going to be a Facebook training, and then the second is going to be core activities. And it's just a daily to-do list of things that you should do to drive your business forward. And then you're also going to tell them that in the follow-up call, you're going to discuss some ways that they can get free customers. So then you're going to schedule that follow-up call, and if they don't have any other questions, then you can go ahead and get off the phone from them at that point. So you always want to give your coaches a what's next. So in this call, the what is next is the follow-up email and the follow-up call. So that is their to-do list at that point, okay? So after you've gotten off the Getting Started Right call, then you go ahead and you're going to forward that email of the follow-up call with the trainings and all of that good stuff, and you're just going to confirm that they got it once again, and you're going to let them do the trainings, and you're going to always be there for them if they have questions in the meantime. And at that point, then you're going to want to have that follow-up call and a 1 to 2 weeks later. So the next thing that you're going to want to talk about or you're going to want to do is the follow-up call. And in the follow-up call, you're going to want to talk about a few things. So first, you're just going to want to answer their questions. If they have any questions from the trainings that you sent them, and answer those questions, obviously. The next thing that you're going to want to talk about is Success Club, how you earn Success Club, the benefits of hitting Success Club, and just what Success Club is. So the first is you're going to how do you earn it? So you're going to earn it by having customers buy a challenge pack. So when they buy a challenge pack, that's 2 points. Another way to earn Success Club is by a coach signing up with a challenge pack, and that's another 2 points. Then you can get 1 point if a customer purchases Shakeology on Home Direct. And so there's 2 different kinds of Success Club that you can get, and it's Success Club 5 and Success Club 10. Their goal the second month of being a coach should be to hit Success Club. There's just so many benefits from it. One of them is once you're an Emerald coach, you get Shakeology leads, so you get Shakeology customers. So that's awesome. And then you also, if you're hitting Success Club every month, then you're going to get to go on a trip that Beachbody pays for. Who doesn't want to go on a free trip? I mean, for real. I do. So you're going to want to talk about that. And those are the big things on Success Club that you'll want to hit on. The next thing, you're going to want to confirm that they're getting your emails. And then you're going to want to confirm that you're getting the emails. And then the next steps, just, like I said earlier, you're always going to want to do next steps. So the next steps in this is going to be, doing a Coach Basics group, or being in your uplines mentorship, or if you want to run your own mentorship, things like that. Or let's talk about challenge groups. Do we want to run a 5-day Eat Clean challenge? Do we want to run a 21-day, a 31-day? What are the rules? What are the regulations? When are you going to start it? When is the deadline going to be? What are you going to make them do? Things like that. You just kind of want to discuss and brainstorm some things when they can start their challenge. As far as that, then you're just going to remind them once again that they can always come to you for questions. A good place is Coach Relations, as well as the FAQ, as also Team Fit and Fabulous Facebook group. They can always ask questions in there as well. So just be there, support them, believe in them, and let's do this, team.